What is going on, everyone? It's Tom from Two Guys Talking Toys with another toy review. This one I'm super duper excited for because finally, at long last, after years of pleading and yelling and screaming, and I'm sure Mattel only listens to me, we finally have our first Snakeman entry into the Masterverse series. I am stoked. Super excited for this. I know that the Snakemen have been all over Origins, and we've gotten those really cool repaints and repacks and lots of different Snakemen warriors and the characters from like the concept series and all that fun stuff, but we've never gotten one in the Masterverse line, and I'm super duper stoked for it. Technically, this is the Masters of the Universe New Eternia line, but you know what I mean? It's all Masterverse. And what has me even more excited than just the fact that we have a Snakeman at all is, of course, that telling box art where usually we get who's shown off in the box art. Sometimes we don't, but sometimes we do. Still waiting on that really cool looking Beast Woman that was on the Beastman packaging, Mattel. But, you know, we get Kobra Khan on the cover. We get Tongue Lasher on the cover. So I can't wait for him to show up. But what really got me all excited was Ratlore, who definitely looks like his classic Ratlore self, and I'm really hoping that we get, I want two versions of this. I want the classic looking Ratlore, but man, do I want the 2000X update of him into the general. So really hoping that happens. Not to take away from Kobra Khan, but yeah, just seeing the packaging, the fact that we already, I didn't even know when he was first introduced, when we saw the samples of him, that you were getting some extra parts to make Camo Khan as well. So I'm already hoping that maybe at some point down the line, maybe as like a Mattel Creations exclusive, we get a more Camo Khan kind of coloration repaint of this guy. But let me get this bad boy out of his packaging. Not quite fully free, but I thought this was kind of cool. When I opened them up, there's a little extra bit here where we've got some really neat kind of concept art that's been inverted, drawing of all the contents in the package, and it actually just says content list. So that's kind of neat, so you know exactly what you're supposed to be getting in here. Plus, in case you didn't know, open this way, not this way. So let's do that. And there we go. Kobra Khan, free of his prison. So right off the bat, I am super duper, if I haven't said super duper enough, super duper excited about this guy. He looks amazing and was worth the wait because we finally have our first official Snakeman in the Masterverse line, and I couldn't be more excited. So let's, I guess first and foremost, let's see exactly how tall this bad boy is. Using the fancy ruler, he's a little shy of 7 inches. Not bad. I'll take it. So I want to first mess around with the sculpting and get some close-ups of that, because man, look at the detailing on the scales. The eyes are it looks like they're using this kind of the similar thing to what they were doing with Merman, where the eyes are glass and then just kind of placed into the head. So that's really cool. But man, the scale work is really great. Love that the mouth opens and closes, because even though it's not really a thing that could be helped, especially in the 80s, when they're sculpted with that kind of slack-jawed, which is kind of neat during like an action thing or when you're playing, but when you just have them standing around, you close your mouth. Don't look silly. So this looks so good. So again, just some more close-ups of the detail work, all the scaling on it. It looks like you can kind of see where they interpreted the design a little bit, because it's not a one-to-one with the original Masters of the Universe release. Yeah, the boot, he's got this freestanding feet that's not covered by a boot. There's the gauntlets. Hands are a different color, which is kind of interesting. Not quite sure why. Just a design decision, I guess. But the detailing in the forearms is really good. The scaling on the shoulders, really great. Just from the back, oh, that's kind of cool. The infinity symbol using a snake. That is very cool. The color combination is good. The paint work is really nice. It's using this kind of, we see this a lot with Marvel Legends as well, this kind of pearlescent almost plastic as opposed to just a solid color. I know that some collectors are not a big fan of that because it gives you a little bit, I don't know, I guess some people prefer the more just a block color on the action figures. But I think in this case, especially because he's a reptile, this really works really well, because you have those snakes that have that kind of iridescent almost look to their scaling. And even though some parts of him are smooth, I like the implication that, you know, he's probably got like some micro scales that make this up. So that is really neat. Not so much on the hands. So the hands are actually a little bit more of a flat color, more traditional plastic looking. So I wonder if this is the implication that he might be wearing gloves. Or I could be looking way too into that. Who knows? So let's see. What else have we got? Comes with his club. His trusty club, which I was never really a big fan of. Yeah, he had to come with something. So the original came with a club, so he comes with a club as well. It's his traditional weapon. He looks neat with it. I've never had much use for it. I've always just kind of tossed it to the side. Was not really a big fan. Let's see what else we've got going on here. So the chest piece is interesting. I know this looks like it might... Does this come off? This looks like it might come off. Yeah, because the box art for him right there. He's sans Snakeman crest. So let's see if I can pull this off and not punch my camera in the process. Or I may just break him, and that'll be fun to see on camera. Won't mean a whole lot because I actually have 3 of these guys, because of course I do. And it comes off. That's kind of neat. Oh, which means I wonder if there's a replacement piece that's just scales in his accessories bag. So inside the box comes the accessory bag, which gave me a quick fright, because boy, do I hate blind bags. And I, for half a second, was like, they are not blind bagging accessories. Don't do that. Don't do that, Mattel. What are you doing? But Mattel wouldn't do that. So yeah, so we've got some accessories for him. So all right, so he came packaged with the snake crest, and that is very cool. But also in this packaging comes, so we've got his gun, his venom gun, which came with the original. This is a really cool redesign of that, because the original gun was just, it was a pretty standard looking Master's weapon. It just had the 4 points on it, but this one's a full-on snake venom pistol. Oh, I like that a lot. He's got his Kobra Khan claws. His venom spit, because we need that. I'm so glad they included a hood. I mean, we knew he was going to get one because of the box packaging saying that, but I'm really glad that that's been included, because that was a really cool bit for the 2000 series. And a just regular scaly chest piece. That is very cool. Now, it's not the same shade as the rest of him. It's not quite the hand tone, but it's a little bit of a deeper green than the rest of him. So I'm not quite sure why. That's interesting. It looks good on him. So, you know what? With all these accessories that he has, one thing that I'm a little surprised that he doesn't have is that little tiny lizard that he had in the 2000 series. I don't remember what they were calling him, but he had a little iguana-ish minion that he came with that would like run off and do his scouting for him, kind of like the laser beak to his sound wave. We don't get him. That's a little bit. That makes me a little sad. But you know what? The inclusion of this piece here, that makes me really hope, because the Snakemen are perfect for this kind of thing, I really hope that this means that we're going to be getting some repaints, because one of the things about the Snakemen is that they are just ideal for troop building. They're ideal for falling over after the troops have been attacked. Ideal for the kind of the simplest of tweaks to the mold, and then you just get tons of troop building. One of my favorite parts of the He-Man Classics line were those really great Snakemen troop builders that we got. Just slightly different, just slightly different armor, a couple of new heads, just put them on a regular Snakeman body, repaint like Ratlor's body, repaint Kobra Khan's body, and you get just an infinite number of troop builders. Same thing in the Origins line. We have all these really great just tweaks to the Snakeman design, and you get these great looking just nameless characters that can fill your ranks. And now that's in the Masterverse line, and I could not be more excited for it. I can't wait to see what else they do. And I really hope that they do a lot. I don't care if it's via retail. I don't care if it's through Mattel Creations. Give me all the Snakemen. You've now opened up Snake Pit. I want them all to crawl out. Give them to me. So real quick, let's get into the articulation on this guy. He's got the standard head articulation at the neck joint. Head goes up and down. He's got a pretty decent range. He can't look straight up, although he kind of gets up there. Mouth opens and closes in case you want to do some venom spitting. So that looks pretty cool. That's coming at you. Bleh. So I do like that. That's pretty cool. So he's got in the head, the neck, we've got some pretty great motion in the torso. You can get that cranked pretty far back there. Shoulders, full rotation at the bicep, full bend at the elbow. We've got the in and out motion for the wrist. So I guess if you don't want the gauntlets on there, yeah, gauntlets pop right off. So if you want a little bit closer to that original look, you can just pop the gauntlets off, and then you got this. If you want something a little more modern aesthetic, put that back on there. Twisting at the waist. We've got articulation at the hip. Kind of looks like a little bit of a drop down joint for the hip, so that's kind of neat. Twist in the thigh, bending at the knee. So he gets that's a pretty decent range right there. Full on running there. Swivel at the shin, so that's going to be pretty handy, and pretty good articulation on the ankle. Got some decent ankle tilt on there. Which can get you into some pretty decent posing. Not bad. Oh, I like this. I like this a lot. I'm super excited to have this in hand, but my mind is just reeling towards the future with this guy. There's so many possibilities for future releases of Kobra Khan, future Snakemen. Really curious to see if any maybe 3D modelers will do a set where you can get some extended arms for him, because in the original cartoon he kind of a precursor to Squeeze, where Kobra Khan could stretch his arms out and ensnare people. So let's see how he looks with his Camo Khan conversion claws, because these are very neat. And like I said, I really hope that maybe at some point down the line, doesn't have to be immediate, that we get a little bit of a repaint of him into more Camo Khan colors with some of the camo colorations on him, a little bit of that topical design on him. Yeah, it's very, very neat. He always kind of reminded me a little bit of the Ultraman enemy, Bolton, with these. But yeah, that is very neat. Oh, so I apologize. Let me correct myself in real time right here. The club accessory was not from his original release. The Venom gun was. That was his original release. The club came with KHAAAAAN Khan. So my mistake. I apologize for being getting a little ahead of myself in my review. So yeah, so I'm liking the claws. I do. Yeah, everything can use a little more articulation. So I do kind of wish that the claws opened and closed, because that would be very neat. Hey, so Future Tom here with a very important update. Apparently, while I was messing around and getting some pictures of him to pose, I discovered that the KHAAAAAN Khan claws are indeed articulated. So that is extremely neat. And it just makes this figure even better. So you can rest easy knowing that your KHAAAAAN Khan claws can in fact pinch up and pinch down. I love this figure so much. So let's give you your hands back. Or you could do one of each. Treat it as though KHAAAAAN Khan is a powered up version of Kobra Khan that he morphs into. But in this case, the only change would be going from hand claws to crab claws. Let's get this hood on you. Oh, that's... So, I just found out that the back of the head... pops off. So in the back of your Kobra Khan, you've got this piece right here. That plugs right into the back of his head right here. And once you're ready to put the hood on, we pop that out, and hopefully you won't send your piece flying like mine did. And then you just line them up. Line them up, pop it on. Hopefully yours stays on. Mine doesn't want to stay on. There we go. There's some full-on Kobra Khan action with full hood extended here. Man, this looks so good. I love it. Love the way this looks. They did such a good job. And I guess, for as impatient as I was being with the Snakemen taking their sweet time being put into the Masterverse line, patience paid off, because boy does this look good. Nearly seamless. Can you turn his head with? I mean, he can look around a little bit with it, but just be careful. The connection point is tenuous at best. So if you're just swinging it around willy-nilly, oh, hey, that's all right. So connection maybe a little more solid than I thought it was. I was afraid it was just going to pop off once I started having to look around for He-Man. Now there it goes. All right, so it's connection point is okay. We'll say the connection's okay. Just know that you may, when you're turning it around, you may have to put a finger back here for some support. So this is really something. I'm loving all the different pieces. I like that the chest can be swapped out. I love that you can change it from just a full-on scale piece to the Snakeman symbol. The club's a nice touch. He really is. He's just already asking to be troop built. Just with these little minor changes on him, you can have him with the hood. You can have one without the hood. You can have one with the scales on the chest. You can use the extra Snakeman piece. You can swap out the hands. This one release is so good. I'm loving this. I'm sorry if this is not a very objective review, but I am a super duper Snakeman fanboy. I have loved them since first saw them in the He-Man line. If you're watching Two Guys Talking Toys, you've heard me talk about this probably ad nauseum, but not too bad. And by not too bad, I mean he's great. I'm loving this figure. So Alright, so let's give Kobra Khan some companions to hang out with. So here we've got him next to Origin Snakeface, who, if you have not picked up from Target for like $6 at this point, go out and get a couple extra snake faces. You're gonna need them for that that Pythonus custom, because I don't think the snake layer is gonna make an extra couple thousand bids for him to be offered with the snake layer, unfortunately. So get yourself a snake face, because you're probably gonna need some of these parts to make him. So that's Kobra Khan next to him. It's bringing a rando Marvel Legends, so that's about a 6-inch figure, 5, 7, 6 or so. Not too bad. He's a decent size. And one of the other things that I really like about the Snakeman being offered in the Masterverse scale is that you can keep him with the Masterverse figures, and that's fine, and he'll look great and fit in because he's supposed to. But I feel like if you really wanted to, you could probably keep him with the regular Snakeman figures, maybe swap out the head, or you don't even really have to swap out the head, just have him be a generic Snakeman Mega Soldier, because he hovers over the size of a regular Origins figure, and you just have these guys, get a trio of Kobra Khans hanging out and being your muscle for Origins King Hiss, and that actually works. The detailing is a little bit different. The Origins has a little bit more of the cartoony look to it, whereas the Masterverse is a little bit more detailed. But at a glance on a shelf, these guys work really well as just some big Snakeman muscle to supplement your armies even further. Because who doesn't want that? So if it wasn't already incredibly obvious from the glowing reviews in this review, Masterverse Kobra Khan is a fantastic figure, and I think everyone should go out and get 1, 2, 4, 5. Supplement your Snakeman army with this figure. The detailing is really, really nice. The colorations are done really well. The accessories are great. The ability to turn just this one figure into no less than possibly 3 or 4 different characters based on just little modifications you can make, and different combinations you can make between the claws and the hood, the chest piece, all of it, the weapons. They did a bang-up job with this. Again, colors are great, detailing is great, the expressions are great, all of it. It's the total package. The wait was worth it to finally get Snakemen in the Masterverse line. So run out, pick him up, order him off Big Bad Toy Store or whoever else has him, and I do not think you're going to regret it.